Hello my beautiful friends, it's Mimi here today, and today I'm going to be sharing with you January favorites. Yes, I know I'm late again, but you know what, I really enjoy doing this, so I thought even if I'm late I should still do it. Last month we were traveling. You guys know, the ones of you who follow me on Instagram or watch my videos here on YouTube know that we were in South Africa for a month with Alexa, and traveling with an infant proposes a lot of new challenges that you never thought about. And I just realized that instead of me stressing and trying to film something on time, I'm just gonna let go, relax, and be in the moment. And I'm really proud of myself for doing that, because I haven't been able to take time off properly, like a full week even, since I don't know, I can't even remember it, since we started a business with Alex, our first business, which was Lexi Hair, like over 7 years ago now, or almost 7 years ago. But anyway, so I was able to take some time off. I mean, I was still working a little bit here and there, but it was much better. You know, I was able to relax, and now I'm back in action. We're back in London, so I'm gonna be filming everything more on time. So yeah, today is gonna be my favorites video. I don't have a lot of favorites this month, but the ones that I have, I think are very special to me, so I really wanted to share them with you. I will start with the first thing, is something that I'm wearing here, and I probably get so many questions about this pendant and this necklace on Instagram. It's like every second person who writes to me asks me where I got this necklace, so I'm just gonna start with this one. And I don't know if you can tell, but I'll show you the close-up. So this beautiful necklace shows the map of Africa, so it's a gold pendant, and it's got a little tiny heart at the bottom, which obviously is where South Africa is. And sort of the focus of this favorites will be South Africa. I just realized when I looked at all of my favorites, a lot of them kind of connect to what happened last month, which is us traveling there. The first or second day we arrived to South Africa, I saw this girl wearing a gold necklace in the map of Africa, and I always pay attention to these little things that people wear, and I think to myself, oh, I'll wear something like that, or I need to get something like that. And I made a mental note that I want a gold necklace in the map of Africa, and I didn't really go shopping at all. I barely went to any shops besides like grocery shopping with Alex every other day. And there was this one shop near the grocery shop where I used to go called PresentSpace, and they have really cute accessories like pillows and like candles and all kinds of stuff. And I remember thinking I want to go in there and just check it out. And as I walked in there with Alex, I told Alex that I'm looking for a gold necklace in the shape of the map of Africa. So I walk into the store saying this to Alex. Literally 30 seconds later, I find this necklace, which is crazy because they had a little stall with like different rings and earrings and necklaces. The reason I'm telling you the story is just to tell you how crazy the law of attraction works. Sometimes you just set your mind to something, and if you're like laser focused on what it is that you want to find, you will see it. But if you're sort of lost, you don't know what you're looking for, it could be right in front of your face and you won't see it. So because I was so specific in what I was looking for, I found this necklace, and it literally was the last one they had in the store. I tried to go there a few days later to see if I can get another one as a souvenir, but they did not have another gold one. So I'm not sure if they sell these online. I'm gonna try to see if I can find any and link it down below. But if you're in South Africa, the store is called PresentSpace, and that's where I got this beautiful necklace. And I also got it because, as I will talk about more in this video, we really enjoyed our time in Africa, and I just wanted something little to remind me of our times there, our first trip as a family with Alexa. And also, Africa is a very special place. I cannot wait to go back and explore all of it, or at least most of it that is safe to visit. On a South African note, the next favorite of the month is also something that is native to South Africa, and what I'm holding in my hand is Roiboos Tea. Now, I discovered Roiboos Tea years ago, and I used to drink it quite a lot, and then I sort of forgot. You know, sometimes you run out of the product and you just sort of forget about it. So I got reminded of Roiboos Tea as we were visiting South Africa. Alex went to this restaurant and he bought some and brought it home, and I forgot how delicious it was, and I'm not really sure why I haven't been drinking it lately. So I bought some loose tea, because although I still drink tea in bags, and you know, tea comes in various different bags, some are made out of plastic and some are made out of paper, I do prefer loose leaf tea because I believe that's the best quality tea we can get on the market in general, any kind of tea, not just Roiboos. So I made sure to buy some before we left South Africa. This is by the brand Ikonn tea, but I mean, it doesn't really matter as long as you get something that's good quality, organic, and loose it's usually the best that you have. If you've never tried Roiboos tea, I'm gonna try to describe what it tastes like. It sort of tastes very earthy, almost like a little bit chocolatey. The color of it is very dark, sort of looks like black tea, but it has zero caffeine in it. It kind of, I guess, tastes like black tea chocolate. I don't know, it's hard to describe it. It's very unusual taste. It doesn't really taste like anything else I've tasted. But if I had to describe it, those are the things that would come to my mind. I was doing a little bit of research on Roiboos recently because I like to know what I'm taking in and how it actually benefits me, if it benefits me at all. And I actually came across a lot of interesting information on Roiboos that it's really great in terms of calming people down and like reducing stress, which is really good for your heart. It also has a lot of calcium in it. There was so many different benefits. I was actually shocked. I mean, I usually just drink it for the taste, but it's great to know that it has a lot of great health benefits as well. So if you've never tried Roiboos tea, I encourage you to try it. It's absolutely delicious, caffeine free, and it's great hot or cold. Next favorite of the month is actually a city, and I've never had a city as a favorite of the month, but there's always a first time. So the city I'm gonna talk about, can you guess what it is? Yes, it's Cape Town. And the reason I wanted to bring it up is because deciding to travel to Cape Town, Alex and I had absolutely no expectation. What we really wanted to is go somewhere where we have an easy time to adapt, so English would be a great language to have there. That kind of narrowed it down to a few places like LA, Australia, and Cape Town came up as one of them as well. And then two, obviously we wanted some warm weather that we can go to in the winter because we wanted to escape the winter this year, especially with a small baby and all the layers. We just thought it would be great. Plus, you guys know we love to travel. And the last deciding factor was the time difference. We wanted somewhere that wasn't too far off. So if you go like too east, if you go to Asia, you're like, or if you go to LA, you're sort of like a bit too far from the general time zone, or like, is that what it's called, general? Like what's London? GMT, like the central time zone, which is London. And that's why we love living here, because when you're in London, you're able to talk to everyone regardless of where they are in the world. Now, Cape Town has only 2-hour difference with London. It's 2 hours ahead of time. And yeah, so there wasn't a big time difference for us or Alexa, which again is huge. We absolutely fell in love with this beautiful city. I would have to say, again, I had no expectations, and that's always the best when you travel somewhere and you don't expect anything, because we were both, well, the three of us, Alex's mom was with us as well traveling, and Alex, Lydia, and I were all of us were wowed by this beautiful place. And mostly it's the nature. The nature is just so wow. The sunsets, the mountains, the ocean is so powerful. And then of course the people were incredible, so kind, so nice, everyone's so friendly. I'm not really sure if it's the beach culture, but everyone we came across was super, super nice. And then of course food was amazing. I didn't really get a chance to go out all the time. Like normally Alex and I go out all the time, but I still got a chance to get out quite a lot, and we tried different lunch spots. Mainly we go out for lunch when Alex is napping, and Alex's mom was kind enough to watch her. And honestly, every experience that we had was so incredible, and everything is actually cheaper. I'm not really sure. Something happened to South African currency a few years ago. So everything, like you could go to a really fancy restaurant and the lunch or dinner will cost you like $40 for 2 people. To a fancy restaurant, if you go in London, you're spending 200 quid, or if you're in US, you're spending at least $100 for 2 people. So incredible prices for really incredible food, a lot of incredible restaurants, and just places to visit. Again, I feel like I only got a small taste of this beautiful city and country in general because Alex is small and I spend a lot of time at home with her because I'm breastfeeding her on demand. But we're definitely planning to go back to Cape Town. I cannot wait to explore all of it, hike all these incredible mountains. We only got a chance to hike once, and I'm really grateful I did because it was an incredible hike. You'll see it probably in my next vlog. I still have to edit that one. So yeah, I just wanted to share with you guys in case you're wondering about visiting Cape Town, or if you ever thought about it. I definitely would recommend it. A lot of people bring up the safety issue, and Cape Town is quite big actually. The population is a few million, right? You were saying it's like Toronto, 4 million?
Yeah, in total.
Anyways, it's quite big. It's a big city. And anytime you're in a big city, of course, you have to be aware of the safety. And overall, I feel like I felt pretty safe. You just have to know what area to stay in, you do your research, and then you have a really great time. I definitely am looking forward to going back there. Who knows, maybe next year. We've definitely been talking about it and exploring more of this beautiful city, but also this beautiful country, and then this beautiful continent, Africa. Definitely gonna come back. I have to be honest with you guys, one of the main reasons I still wanted to film this video, even though I was late again this month, is because of the book of the month. And it's sort of a theme. That's the same thing happened last month. The books that I'm reading right now are totally life-changing, and I really would love for you guys to benefit from them as well. So the book of the month this month is called Vortex, and it's by Jerry Hicks and Esther Hicks. This book has been recommended to me by my dear friend Joanne, and whenever somebody recommends me a book, I look at their life, and if they're living a great life, if they're positive, if they're successful, and when I say successful, what I mean is they're at peace, they have a great relationship with themselves, then I listen to their recommendations and I'm like, I want to know what you do. I want to have what you have. Tell me what you're reading. Tell me what you're doing. I'm all ears. In general, that's who I listen to and what I recommend for you to do when you're hearing advice towards you about life or any kind of recommendations. Look at that person and see if what they're doing is something you would want to have in your life. And if they're not, then you don't need to listen to that advice. So yeah, I really love Joanne, and I, aspire to be like her. She's a wonderful human being. And when she recommended the book, I made a mental note to read it. And then again, as soon as somebody recommends something, you start seeing it everywhere. And I saw it in a few other places and I thought, okay, I really need to listen to this or read it. I started listening to this audiobook. Again, you guys know I love doing audiobooks. I'm gonna leave a link down below. You can get your free copy as well. However, with this book, I actually am planning to get a real physical book, because what's happening is I'm listening to it. I still haven't finished the book, by the way. I started a few weeks ago. Every time I listen to it, I honestly have to pause every minute or so and rewind and re-listen to the sentences, because there's just so much wisdom, such profound, deep information that I honestly need to have a physical book and just highlight and reread and really go deep into this. And the reason I'm recommending this book is, again, because A, it's truly life-changing. One of the main messages of this book is that everything starts with you. If you want to have a good relationship with anyone, if you want to attract your soulmate, if you want to have a perfect love relationship, if you want to have great friendships or good relation with your family, it all starts with you. So the most important relationship you'll ever have in your life is the relationship you have with yourself. So that's one of the main messages. There's a few, but this is like one of the most important messages of the book, and a great reminder for me and for anyone who reads the book that, you cannot expect to have great relationship with other people, whether it's your husband or wife or boyfriend or girlfriend, if you're not aligned with yourself, if you don't have a great relationship with yourself, if you're single and you're looking to get into a relationship, you have to realize that first you have to have a great relationship with yourself before you can attract somebody, because that person will never be able to make you happy. First you have to do that yourself, and then you're going to attract somebody who sort of complements you. But if you look for somebody who will fulfill you, you will always fail, because nobody can really fulfill you. Only you can fulfill yourself, because you have the power. At the end of the day, we'll all come into this world alone and we'll all leave this world alone, and I always think about that as well. So that's number one, is always start with your own relationship and check in with yourself all the time to see how you're doing. The second message that I really enjoy in this book is also, anytime you're experiencing negative emotions, it's actually not a bad thing. When you experience negative emotions, it's sort of your body's signal to tell you you're misaligned. Again, you're not in good terms with yourself. You're off your roadmap. You're not going in the right direction. So these negative emotions are just signaling you to stop, think, observe, and realign yourself. So again, incredible message, because a lot of times when we have negative emotions, we think something is wrong with us, but it's not that something is wrong with us. It's just we need to stop and think. Maybe it's the job we need to change. Maybe we're in the wrong relationship. Maybe we have been doing something harmful to ourselves, like eating very unhealthy or engaging in very unhealthy behaviors or patterns or habits. So it's just a signal to shake you up and be like, hey, stop, think, observe, change if you need to. And then the most important one and the simplest one is something I already know, but again, sometimes you just need that reminder because you forget, is that what you focus on, and I'm gonna say it a couple of times, what you focus on, you create. Right? So simple. But really, what you focus on is what you talk about all day long. So if you're complaining all day long about your work, your friends, your family, your boyfriend, your husband, your babies, your whatever, you're engaging in that negative energy of complaining about this, and you are creating more of that. So if you actually want to have a better life, there's no way you're going to have a better life, because what you're focusing on, you're creating more of. So the more you focus on your problems, you're creating more of them. So the solution is, if you want to have a better life, you have to focus more on what you need to do, or anytime you start talking about it, or anytime you catch yourself complaining, you have to sort of rearrange everything and be like, hey, I'm not going to go to the negative. Obviously, negative exists in all of our lives, but I'm going to focus on what I want my life to be, not what I don't like about it. You can be aware of it, but you don't need to focus on it. Focus on the vision of where you want to go. Focus on that life. And I thought to myself, hey, I do this every single day, and that's why it's so powerful. And that's why I have seen in my own life the miracles happen. Like even like this necklace I told you guys about. I wanted something, I focused on it, and then I just attracted it into my life. It's something small, but it happens with big things in my life, like meeting new friends or going to places I wanted to visit. It's unbelievable. And again, that's why I love the 5-minute journal that Alex and I and UJ created, is because you get to do this every single day. Again, you don't need to buy the journal. You can just journal in your own notebook every single day. And what this does is just makes you focus on what good you have in your life. And the more you focus on what good you have in your life, guess what happens? You create more of that. For me, it has been really, really helpful, because I always work on myself, especially now that I have Alexa. I realize I need to work on myself even more, because I don't want to pass to her my negative thinking habits or talking habits, and we'll all have some kind of negative habits in our lives or fears. So I've been really doing a lot more inner work on myself, and I realized how much more work I have to do. And this book has been really, really helpful, and 5-minute journal has been really, really helpful as well, because it just goes along with the message of the book. But anyways, this video became really, really long because of this book recommendation, but I will truly say that it's so important, because if you read this book, if you actually implement the messages of this book, you're gonna have a great life. We all want different things from life, and that's completely fine. That's the beauty of life. But if you want to create the life you want, you have to really focus on what it is that you want and not what it is that you don't want. I'm just gonna leave you with that message. If you want to know more, then obviously listen to Vortex, and then probably get a physical copy and read it, because I think that's gonna be even way more powerful. All right, my beautiful friends, that's all I have for you guys today. Not a lot of favorites, but very powerful ones. I would love to hear from you now, so let me know what are some of your January favorites. Leave me your comments down below. I love you guys very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!